from Thornhill.
Thank you very much, and my question is to the Minister of Transportation. Mr. Speaker, last Thursday a transport truck hit a guardrail on the westbound lanes of Highway 401 east of Toronto at 4 o'clock in the morning. Thousands of morning commuters were stuck for hours behind the burning truck and its cargo. All express lanes were closed and did not reopen until 3 p.m. I think we can all agree that 11 hours to clear a vital artery is completely unacceptable. Mr. Speaker, other major cities have a proper plan to clear their highways in order to minimize the devastating impact of lost revenue and secondary collisions. My private member's bill, the Highway Incidents Management Act, addressed these concerns with full support from stakeholders at committee. Will the minister please tell us how many more extended highway closures must occur before he will implement these expert recommendations? Thank you.
Question. Thank you. Minister of Transportation.
Thanks very much, Speaker. I want to thank the member from Thornhill for her question this morning. Also, of course, I know, as everyone in the House does, that this member brought forward a private member's bill on this general topic a number of months ago. I know there was discussion on that proposed legislation here in the House, Speaker, at all times. And this member would know, because she's heard me say it before, as everyone in the House has heard me say it before, maintaining road and highway safety is it is in fact the #1 priority for Ontario's Ministry of Transportation. It is why we've worked so hard to make sure that over the last 13 years, our province has been ranked first or second across North America for having highway safety, for having road safety, Speaker. But that doesn't mean that we rest on our laurels. It doesn't mean that we don't continue to look for ways to make sure that at all times those highways are performing as they should, keeping in mind that the safety of the traveling public is our #1 priority. So I'd be happy to provide additional information in the follow-up question. Thanks very much, Speaker.
Thank you. Supplementary.
We don't need additional information. We need to implement the task force. Mr. Speaker, again to the minister. The minister was interviewed by News Talk 1010 at lunchtime last Thursday and claimed he was doing, and I quote, everything possible to clear the road. Many hours later, his quote was still being replayed as though it was part of some kind of comedy skit. The talk show host repeatedly asked why we are not moving forward to better use available technology while implementing a system similar to Florida, where specialized teams are responsible for specific sections of the highway and are given only 90 minutes to clear the lanes. Will the minister please admit that 11 hours to clear the lanes was completely unacceptable and agree to implement what has full support from CAA, our first responders, and the tow truck industry representatives? This would be a task force of experts to immediately work out a better plan to deal with disruptions of our vital arterial roads.
Good question.
Minister.
Thanks very much, Speaker. I thank the member for the follow-up question. What I didn't say in my original answer, which I want to emphasize now, of course, Speaker, is that the Ministry of Transportation works very closely with law enforcement on all of these matters, on all of these initiatives, to make sure that we're able to reopen highways, roads, etc., that might be affected by accidents. Speaker, I should point out that at all times the Ministry of Transportation holds our first responders in the highest regard with respect to the work that they do to make sure that we can reopen highways when it is safe. I think for everyone in this House, including that member, Speaker, the #1 priority should be the safety of the traveling public. We don't make a unilateral decision at the ministry as to when a highway should reopen. We do that in consultation with the OPP because, of course, Speaker, the OPP would be best positioned to let us know when it is most safe to reopen a highway. Having said that, I'll take under advisement the message being delivered by the member today, and we'll look forward to having continued discussions to make sure that we can maintain our priority on road safety and keep the highways moving. Thanks very much.